Hey, welcome everybody to the Jake Podcast, jakepodcast.com. This is the extremely tired and annoyed Jake version. I think I'm carrying on residual annoyance from yesterday, but we'll see how that goes.
No, it's the moment when you ask someone, like, do you need a Snickers?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling very Joe Pesci-ish today. Yeah, it's been a long day. I found, like, this morning I got up I got a phone call from a lady friend of mine. And lady friend, when we talked a couple days ago about it was the Crown of King accidental overdose, whatever, the other day and I was like, I'm friends with this girl and whatever, and I shoot out random text or whatever. So she called me today and was like, hey, I happen to be over here in the area or whatever. You want to grab lunch? And I did tell her I would take her to our vapor wholesaler, because it's vapor wholesale and glass and, all, water pipes and such. So I was like, she was looking to shop for something for her dad or whatever, and the vaporizing on that side of the stuff. So I was like, cool, I'll have you go with me or whatever. And if there's anything, specifically, I'll go ahead and get it. And then, obviously we'll sell it to you at the store. So went through that process. So, dude, when I tell you, like, sinuses are killing me, stayed up late with, making sure these things got uploaded and whatever. Went to bed. I don't know what the deal was. But, dude, is it just me, or was everyone blindsided by the fact that it was like 91 degrees today?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you notice, like, on the news, like, that someone...
On the news, they said the highest it would be was like 85, but it was literally 92.
Yeah, right. Dude, I woke up. I was having some weird, like, I got up and I was a little bit tired, right? My dog got on the bed and started his, lick the face and wake up. So I'm like, okay, dude. I was like, I look, and it had to have been like either like 10:45 or like 11:15, somewhere in that range. I was like, wow, I really slept in. Like, this was more than, I guess I stayed up later than I thought. So I get up and I'm like, oh, okay. I get up and I walk down the hall and I let the dogs out. Again, who let the dogs out? This is a good joke from yesterday. Yeah. But so I get up and I'm like, I let the dogs out. I open the sliding glass door. I'm like, man, why am I so hot?
Right.
Like, it's only like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm like, dude, am I sick? Like, I did the patted my head, like, dude, am I not feeling well? Something's amiss. Go in and make my coffee real quick. And I always save a little bit of, and with the Keurig, don't have to worry about this, but I take the last bit of coffee left over from yesterday. It's normally like a full cup.
Sure.
So I pour that in there, put it in the microwave, do whatever.
Oh, yeah, you got to.
Put the stuff in. So I'm drinking it, and first couple sips of coffee, and it's hot coffee, and I'm like, dude, I'm sweating. I was like, dude, there's something wrong with me. I was like, dude, I hope I'm not getting sick. Scoob brought me in a toy, and I walked out in the backyard. The sun hit me.
Punches you right in the face.
And I kind of like, I did the, I grabbed the air, like, whoa, what's happening? And I'm like, what in the F? So I grab my phone and I click, and it's like, oh, it's 91 Detroit and, in
Right.
Wayne today. And completely, like, I didn't get an update on anything. I didn't see anything online. Right. Granted, I didn't watch the news or whatever because I got home late and I didn't watch the news in the morning. So I had no idea that the weather, like, even a little bit normal, like, oh, it might be 80. But, dude, like 91 degrees at noon was off-putting.
Oh, right. I worked in a house today, no power, no air conditioning, no water.
Really?
And I'm, remodeling this home, and I tell you what, I was drenched. I mean, you could tell humidity's high. You just think about sweating and you sweat.
Yeah, and it was
tough. It was a very taxing day with all the the heat and humidity. It was bad.
Really? Yeah. No, dude, it was. So when that happened, I'm sitting at home and I'm sweating, and I don't know about you, and it's some part of like weird adulting, right? You'll get this someday when you start paying electric bills. Oh yes, you will. You're going to pay an electric bill in your life.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you really will. And in that process, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm not running. Over the last like 2 weeks when it started getting cold at night, and even if it got to like 80 or 81, I was like, I refuse to turn my air conditioning back on. It's not happening. Like, no AC. So even if it gets warm, it only gets warm at about 5 or 6 and 7. The sun goes down, everything gets cool. So only a couple hours, right? I leave a fan on for my dogs. It may get to like, 78, 79 in the house, right?
Jake, out of curiosity, when it's hot, do your dogs shed more or less?
That's not exactly how it works, but at 2 times their winter coat will go away, and then their summer coat, like at the
It's seasonal.
Yeah.
It's seasonal for dogs.
yeah, they've got a whole seasonal thing. They have a time when it happens and how it happens, and they already went through their shedding cycle. At least mine did.
Right.
They're
should be gearing up for winter.
Exactly. Right. So they kick out that hair, their shorter hair, the thicker hair and fur comes in, and it's good. And then you're good until springtime. And then it's like, let's get rid of that hair and create a bunch of new stuff.
Hey, update. Dog got found.
Yeah.
Jolene got she went to the groomers, talked to the groomers. Hey, then she went to her hairstylist. Hey, I know this dog. Well, the woman called the hairstylist, said, hey, I know that dog. And so they just lived right around the block, and it was basically it was an older couple. They went for a walk, and they thought they put the dog in. They didn't, but she's an older lady. You know,
Where did they find, or how did they find it?
Jolene drove it over to their house. The
Well,
daughter,
I mean, but she just randomly went up to a house and went, this is your dog?
The daughter connected all the dots for us, for the parents that,
But through Love of Louie or through paper or?
No, actually it was through the groomer. Hey, we worked on this dog, well, you know what?
I'm just kind of curious. How to figure out how the dog.
I think it was just a Facebook thing. It went through Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook saved the day.
Okay.
And older lady, she was all upset. And what is there anything I can do for you? And Jolene's, no. I'm just happy. I'm happy that the dog got found. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So good news.
Well, and I was kind of curious. Is it through Love of Louie? Is it through y'all's put it back in the old days? We used to have to get paper or construction paper and.
Yeah, the woman was getting ready to do the reward,
have you found my dog and all that stuff? Yeah.
But Facebook page, it was on the one girl's Facebook page, and it just cycled through the masses. So.
That's cool. Nice. Okay. So little terrier, rat terrier Benji made it home.
Napoleon.
Okay. Well, good job, Napoleon. Way to find your way back to the house. Yeah, old people losing dogs and stuff out there. Did they say how it got out?
The fence. I guess the dog's been jumping the fence. It's getting older. It looks like a puppy, so I think it's growing to where, hey, I can jump over the fence now.
Yeah. So. No, that's cool. That is solid. Nice update.
I thought you would like that.
I would. Where were we before the dog shedding and this and that, and not exactly sure where?
The heat. The heat.
Okay, crazy
heat in the face.
Yeah, in the face, directly in the face. Dude, all anyone has complained about today is the absurd, psycho heat.
I know.
Yeah, and I mean, rightly so. I got a call from Chick Friend, right? I'm sitting there getting ready to do, all the social media stuff and analytics and go through everything, do my morning phone call with, Healthy Wealth Today, Scott Ferguson, give him, hey, what's going on? Did you see what we did? Where else do we need to be? So I'm going through all this, and I get up and I'm like, I get a phone call, get a text from old girl, and she was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And I told her I'd take her to the wholesale and all that. And I'm like, cool. Didn't really think about it being 400 degrees. I was like, let me go take a quick, man shower, right? Just walk in, let some, get the armpits and the balls and whatever, and that'll make me presentable enough for the day, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take my quick little, hoe bath man style and whatever, and go about the business. She comes over. I'm like, hey, what's going on? We talk for a minute, just small talk, and I'm like, cool. Are you ready? She was like, dude, I really need lunch. So I was like, okay, we'll go get some lunch. We go to get lunch. And we walk outside, and I'm like, cool, you're driving, right? Because I'm going to do you a solid and take you here and whatever. She went on an epic road trip through, Utah and the Badlands of the Dakotas and what is the Grand Canyon thing and all that stuff. And so, but she hasn't really cleaned out her car since then, right? And she's a pretty clean chick. So the fact that her side, the side seat, we as guys have always done that. Or drink a soda, throw it in the side. You'd normally drive with just one person, right? So there's an occasional pop bottle or whatever that'll end up over there. So she informs me that, I can't, whatever. And I'm like, oh, well, sister, my red car, the air conditioning, I haven't driven it, all that much. So I haven't even charged the air conditioning, dude. That thing is blowing nothing. So we're going to be sweating like death. We're already complaining about the heat as we're standing outside.
Leather heats?
Leather seats.
Leather seats?
Yes.
Oof.
And she's wearing a cool, sundress with, sundress that was kind of, cut up high on the sides and whatever. So she's sitting there and she's like, oh, and leather seats. And I went, dude, your car or mine? And she was like, dude, the outside's dirty, the inside's dirty. And I went, well, I'll just drive real fast, right? So we get in the car and I'm like, she's a fast old car, right? It's kind of a hot rod Lincoln. So we get in there and we vroom. And now it's so hot. Like I was like thinking, like where probably hasn't she eaten, right? We'll go somewhere cool for lunch. I end up opting to go to the US 12 because I'm like, it's close to my house. And I was like, that's it, and, Scott Gochai, I know Brittany and, Brittany and Jamie. So it's kind of cool. You go there, everybody, right? And the food's pretty good. We got steak bites and this stuff. So I end up just going, dude, screw this. It is way too hot. So I just turn in the parking lot. I'm like, dude, we're getting in. She was like, dude, I need air conditioning now. Like, that's how, like, off and odd, like, off-putting the heat was today. I go to walk in the side, and Scott and John, the two owners, right? Scott opens the door and was like, Mr. Dempsey, good to see you. Like, I kind of perked up a little bit. I was like, well, isn't this something, right? I walk to the side door and the door opens. I get greeted. And I was like, dude, you are on top of your game on overall service, right? And I was like, not to say the US 12 doesn't give good service, but I generally don't have a doorman. And Scott was there, open the door. Mr. Dempsey, anything for you, sir? What can I do? I was like, this is good. Like, this was a good, like, I need to be treated. I need to find out where they do that more often, or just wait and call Scott and make sure he's there. And I don't think he was doing it, like, by proxy. He just happened to be getting something by the side door. But when he did, he made the most of it. Made me feel really special.
That's good. That's nice. I mean,
he mentioned, he was like, anything for you, pretty lady, and, this and that. Said niceties to the – so we go in there. We're sitting, we hang out, we eat. Now we're kind of lounging. Like, this is why my day got put further back and further back, because I didn't want to go out in the heat. I'm in the goddamn Red Rocket with like 400-degree temperature. I was like, not good. So now we've got to go to the wholesale. Go to the wholesale, and you're driving around. It seems like, dude, the minute kids get back in school, cars multiply on the road. The damn breeders, all you people with your damn breeding and adding extra people to the planet. And if you are, like, your kids are already in school, they don't need to be picked up. Like, what is everyone doing? Like, I'm normally not out driving around at like noon or 12:30. You know what I mean? Dude, the roads were packed everywhere. There was a lot of people, or I was suffering a slight heat stroke. And it just seemed more dramatic than whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, there was something. So I'm driving and I'm like, okay, let's hurry up and get to the wholesale. But the wholesale's not air conditioned anyways, but it's better than being out in the godforsaken, like, wilderness with the heat. I drive up and I have a wise idea. I was like, wait a minute. Travis gave John the Armada, right, which was our old work vehicle from Texas, right? It's a Nissan Armada. Nothing works on this vehicle except the air conditioning. Like, it wobbles when it drives down the road. The windows will quit working, sporadically. Travis wrecked the thing to a point to where they were like $500 away from totaling it. But it still drives. The motor is awesome. And the air conditioning. We may lose a tire, right? But I'm like, dude, this is good. It's got air conditioning. I walk in and I went, hey, John. Sorry, dude, but it's really hot. You're working. I'm still in the Armada. So I flip him my keys. I take the Armada keys. He's like, you're a dick. I was like, no problem. But, dude, just at the end of the day, drive over here and switch cars back, right? Like, this has got to happen. I was like, pretty lady, right? It's kind of like a kid or pretty lady. Nah, you win, right? So I take it. We get air conditioning. We're both happy now. We're like, oh, nice. So we go and, do all that jazz. On the way there, in overall, like, I got hit by a car the other day that I told you on the way to Walmart.
Yeah.
Where I need to go shopping and balls. I get hit by, well, barely bumped into or whatever, but it was still, you touched me.
It was still a hit.
Yeah, you touched me. Remember. But yeah, so today I'm driving. That was move closer to the mic when you speak. That was the conversation. That was the why I tried to.
I got that. I'm not blind, man.
But you looked at me like a crazy person.
No, I looked at you with the okay. I got it. I don't care.
I don't understand the facial recognition. Don't get an iPhone 10. Your phone will not recognize it. What? Who are you?
They haven't even invented the iPhone 10. They have an iPhone 8 though. Jake, get the iPhone 8.
No.
Get the iPhone 8.
Nope.
Get the iPhone 8.
You did not get the new iPhone.
Of course not. Why would I get a new iPhone when I'm still dealing with my crappy one?
I have no idea. You just, well, yeah.
Jake, why don't you buy me an iPhone?
No.
Give me the 6. No, give me the 7. Actually, no, just give me the 8. It will make things so much better in my life.
No, you're gonna have to, what you call it? But that's the one with the facial recognition, right? The new one.
Yes.
Is it the 10?
10, yeah, it's a 10, not the 8, the 10.
Really?
Wait, there's an iPhone 8 now? I mean 10?
Yeah, that's why I just said
That
10 a
just went
second
out.
ago.
It skipped 9, it was 8. They
Because
just
I'm
went to
like,
10. They
what?
just went to 10.
They skipped 9. They skipped 8, 9, and went straight to 10.
No, they have an 8.
Okay.
They skipped 9 and went to 10.
Which one is this?
That's so dumb.
Isn't that a 7 plus or is
that's
this
like
an
a
8?
That's a 7. That's a 7. That's a 7 plus.
I hate
I didn't even know there was an 8.
I didn't even know there was a 10.
There's a 10.
That's so dumb.
But they're taking away the home button. They're taking away the home button to where there's no home button, right? It seems like they just keep deleting crap off the iPhone and then they delete stuff off of it and charge more. Like they took away the home button. And now instead of the thumbprint thing, which I never did, I thought that would be weird, right? Like just like if somebody abducted me, they could just cut off my thumb and then use my phone or whatever, right? Like if shit got weird. So I was like, I don't want to use the thumb thing, but now it's facial recognition to where you have to look at your phone and whatever. And the big joke right now is if girls don't have their makeup on, like they won't be able to access their phone until like whatever way you take, because girls look so much different with their makeup and without their makeup. Right. So that's a big thing. I don't know. So that's kind of the deal. But dude, I almost got sideswiped. Like seriously, the universe is trying to throw like vehicles at me. I'm talking to pretty lady in the car and we're chatting and okay, we're gonna go here. We'll look at this. And as I'm driving, there's like a Chevy Cobalt or whatever next to me, and it's driving, everything's fine. Well, all of a sudden, this car goes and jumps up on the curb, right? It was just 2 lanes on Wayne Road going north, right. And it like jumped up on the thing and was like 4-wheeling, and I went, oh. So now I'm kind of watching, right? But I'm watching, and I haven't even mentioned to her, like, look at that car, like, off the road. And it was like half on the road and half off the road. And then immediately, like in, avoid shenanigans. If it comes back on the road, it's liable to catch the curb thing and shoot it back over, right? Sure. Or if the person just kind of like passed out or something on medication and went off and then they veer back. So I immediately hit the brakes and do the stop short. You remember that from Seinfeld? Where you do the and stop short. So I stop. And just as like I thought it or saw it in my head, I stopped short and the vehicle went whoom into my lane, like darting towards me, and I had just had enough room to where it didn't. It came all the way over and then back to its lane. So I'm staying back now, like I'm scared of this vehicle. This is a very like ornery vehicle. Like what's happening? So I look and I'm like, oh, what is happening? And I kind of look and I see like it's got a flat tire. So of course, in my mind, I'm like, I wonder if the tire blew, which made her jump off the road and 4-wheel, or if she just went off the road 4-wheeled and then blew the tire.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of drama today in the like overheating, no air conditioning, shenanigans. But it was good. I made it in here or whatever, but that was a lot for me. Like not to say that I don't do a lot in my day, which I don't. Right. I don't like to stress the fact that it's kind of a good life. That seemed to be a lot with there. Almost get hit by a car, go to wholesale, get all of our stuff or whatever. Yeah, it was a shenanigan day.
Yeah, Texas has dry heat, right? Or is it?
I mean, it'll get humid on occasion, but the majority of it is dry.
When I was building these military boats down in Louisiana, Morgan City, they, during the summer, I'd go down there for a month and a half and work on these boats out in the shipyard, and the humidity was unbelievable. It was the worst. It was like probably 105, and the humidity was probably 150. I mean, literally, my air conditioning was on in my hotel room was on max for the whole month and a half that I was there. And you would step out, and then out of the hotel room, and it was just basically just you could cut the humidity with a knife. It was It was the worst ever. Louisiana. It was
really.
Yeah.
And I mean, Louisiana's creepy humid. Anything you're that close. I mean, dude, you're next to the ocean.
Right.
Anywhere you go in the ocean is.
I mean, it was to the point where the only thing that it's gonna sound gross, but I shower every day. The only thing that was dry was my pant legs that were going over the boot. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't touching my skin direct, and that was the only dry piece of clothes at the end of the day. It was bad. I mean, it would rain. So it would rain like 15 minutes for the hardest rain ever, And so when you're sitting on top of a boat in the beating sun, in a shipyard, in the humidity, I mean, it's just literally you can't even. It was tough to work because the sweat would just be pouring off of you, and trying to do technical stuff, it was the worst part of the humidity ever.
Yeah, no, it's anytime you're on a Gulf Coast like Florida, right? Everyone loves Florida and whatever, but it's humid. You get used to everything after being there. Because when I griped about it to people in Houston, oh, it's fine. I wore a light, super light.
Tank top.
No, not tank top. Work short, right? So it was like this, but it was like super light and like baby blue, right? It was a company shirt that we had at the time. And I'm new to Houston, right? Between Dallas and Detroit. I go to Houston. Houston is the sweatiest place, like Louisiana. It's right on the, it's close to the, to the ocean. Dude, I would get in my car, like in the morning, like, okay, it's only like a couple second walk. By the time I would drive from my apartment to the distributor, and I'd get to the distributor, grab my stuff, and I'd have to park in a parking lot and walk in. Dude, by the time I would get in, you would see it looked like somebody sat and sprayed me with a water bottle, like a water bottle or like a hose. Like it was super bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. And then same or different year, I traveled to Yuma, Arizona, and I stayed there for about 2 months in a suite, working at the test lab, the Army test lab, the YPG it's called, and 117 on the dashboard, wind blowing, but it was the most night. It was so comfortable. I mean, dry heat or whatever people say, but for 117, it was nice. It was comfortable. I loved it. I loved the Arizona.
Dude, the hottest thing I've ever felt in life was walking out in Las Vegas, getting off the plane, like leaving Dallas at like 99, 98 degrees, getting off the, getting on the plane, flying to Vegas, getting off, walking out, and getting hit with that first.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never felt anything like that in my life. And you figure like Dallas to Vegas shouldn't be that bad. Dude, I don't know what the deal was. Like, I think like 103, 104. I mean, granted, it's unpleasant, but you just kind of power through it when your day's like that every day. I went to Vegas, and I think it was one of those like 112 or 114 days. Dude, I stepped off it, and I didn't get used to it the whole day. Like, hey, let's go walk from MGM to this, and we were doing the casino walk thing, going one to another.
Right.
Dude, I was outside. I felt if I stopped for any matter of time, I would like combust. Like I would be like a vampire, like in the sun.
Dude,
it was not good.
But I tell you what, Arizona had the best vegetables because they were grown and picked basically right there and just shipped to the where we eat at the annex, or what do they call that? The cafeteria for military. I forget what there's a word for it. Well, they had like a all you can eat, the salad bar and stuff. I swear to God, it was the best vegetables ever.
Yeah,
it's off topic, but it was.
Well, I can't imagine
it wasn't preserved. Like if
you sure it wasn't. You sure it wasn't like cooked like in a green or cooked. Sure, it wasn't like made in a greenhouse like with hydroponic.
I actually watched them pick it.
Where did they get the water from? It doesn't like rain there, does it?
They have sprinklers. It's crop stuff.
I guess, but don't you need like a little natural water? Like no.
I assumed it needed rain or something.
I would assume
No. They have fields. They have fields of. That's what they do. That's what they
do.
Dude,
I'm going to now Google all night. Like, how do they grow crops in the desert in Arizona?
And I'm telling you, I drove by it every day when I would go. I'd have to drive through the desert to get to the Army test lab. And every day they would have their big trucks with people that would get their work visas from Mexico and get off the bus. And they would pull a porta-john with them. And they would do the
migrant
harvesting,
farming. Yeah.
And then they'd get back on the bus and go back home. But the fruit, they don't preserve it. I mean, it's kind of let's say if you were to ship it, like pick it and ship it to Michigan, they put a preserve in it, or they seal it up, or it takes a minute or two to get there. I mean, this is basically that food is fresh right there. Ship it to the restaurant, and I'm telling you, it was. Put it this way, it was for enough to me to talk about it. It was that big of a difference between vegetables and fresh fruit versus back in Michigan.
Jake, Google it.
Oh no, when I started daydreaming, like I was like, okay, no, and that's good. Like I'm gonna look like, dude, seriously, I'm probably gonna be tired tomorrow.
That's fine.
I'm gonna be tired. No, not saying that it's not true, but now I need to know.
Oh, it's okay.
Like I never really thought like, could you grow like raspberries in friggin', you know?
Telling you, they
Yeah?
have sprinklers. They have big automated sprinklers. You ever see those things where they shoot?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, I mean,
Once a day, twice a day. I don't know.
But it's like when you're growing fruit, even on a farm or something, it's like you would think like, okay, they need natural water, they need rain.
I mean, a
was
little
like,
bit.
Once.
you have a fucking sprinkler.
yeah, but how much well, dude, do you know how much like when you run your sprinkler at your house, you know what your water bill looks like? Like what are these like?
Maybe they drill the fucking water and they pump it up and put it in the fucking sprinklers.
Look, I don't know why you're getting so angry about your goddamn
Well,
magic fruit,
well,
but there's
You're like a shock. Like they don't have rain. There's no water.
look, I hate to
In
go like
Southwest-
earth science and chemistry on you, but you know,
easy, Bill Nye.
but you know, generally sun is good, right? Sun is a good thing. Proper soil, right? Like so you
Yeah.
know, now I need to know
Okay.
did they like pull out all the like the dirty angry soil and whatever. But then again, I've seen when you look at the Serengeti and whatever and you look over in Africa that it'll be desert and arid for whatever and then it hits a rainy season like shit will grow, right? Like oh, it hasn't rained here in like 12 years and then when rain magically appears like dirt's magic.
Why 12 years?
I don't know, however long. Have you not looked at like Africa
Yes.
and look
I assume it wasn't like 12 years. I assume it would be like at least like 6 to 8 months, not 12 years.
No, there's areas that will go through being complete like desert and nothing for ever, and then somehow weather patterns are changed and it will go ahead and rain and do whatever. And yeah,
Yeah, there's some spots on the earth where they get like a half an inch of water the whole year.
Yeah, but it's like you would think like because they don't get that much water, it's like they can't grow anything there. That's why I'm thinking like with the
Okay.
Arizona thing,
Well-
they can't grow.
Well, hold on.
Arizona they don't have the like they did like dirt front yards and like put rocks and stuff.
Yeah,
They ain't even
yeah.
got grass.
And AstroTurf for lawns.
Yeah, so if they like gave up and were like no,
But there's
let's-
cactus.
you know what it is? Well, cactus can live off like
Well,
you know
hello?
you could spit on the ground and a cactus
But
will
the
grow.
but listen, the dew in the morning is some of your moisture.
Some. There's also you're like right next to the sun.
And the guy with the fucking sprinkler. Turn it on.
What about the natural water from the
Well-
sky?
Okay. Well, it doesn't now. It flash floods in Arizona
On occasion,
On
yeah.
occasion.
You get some
but
stuff.
That's why it's called a desert, guys.
Well, yeah, but I've looked around plenty of deserts. There aren't a whole lot of farm to table markets out in the desert.
Okay.
There's generally
Hold on.
you're
Coming
sucking
up.
on rocks
Coming
to
up.
fucking create saliva and
Show me the
shit.
Carpex.
Fucking
Look, well, I don't know why I just need to know. I'm not saying that your information is incorrect, but now I need to know why and what the
It
physics.
just doesn't sound that accurate.
Wow. See, no, she's hating.
Oh no, I'm literally gonna say it. It just doesn't sound that accurate.
Okay, fucking relax.
So yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that, but yeah.
Oh, look at the first fucking picture. There's a fucking
Wow, with all the F bombs. What are you
look
doing?
at. See the green?
Okay, there is some green. What's happening? Where is this?
Yuma, Arizona. That's the first picture I popped
Oh,
up.
that's northern. That's closer to like Colorado, yeah?
No, Yuma is 5.5 miles from Mexico border.
No. Oh, they've got a crazy waterway. Where's that waterway? Is that the Rio Grande? Are they like grinching water out of the Rio Grande?
Possibly.
Okay. I didn't say whatever. You didn't like if you would have been like, no, it's a very green area. They've got a river. They've got a tributary that fucking branches off of the Rio Grande or whatever.
More detail, and we would have understood just fine.
So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. Had a great day today.
Yeah.
Very
What did
hot.
you do?
I just worked pretty hard, but
Worked in the hot sun.
worked in the hot house, and just drove home real fast for the air conditioning, and
Did what now?
drove home fast, air conditioning. So
Okay.
same thing as you did.
Yeah. No, it was a struggle. It was definitely a struggle.
Oh, I just came straight here. Like the air conditioning is amazing in here.
Yeah, it is pretty good. It seemed creepy. Like it took me a minute to cool down when I got in here. I got in here and was like, "What, dude? Why am I?" The minute I said it, did you see like Mike run to the register? I was like, what is it? Because he, for some reason, that's a cold-blooded little dude. Like, I'll come in and I'll be like, "Dude, what?"
Oh yeah, he never gets hot. But when I got here, I was like, I brought him a Slurpee because I'm like, bro, it's really hot outside. Like, I'm going to save your life right now. He's like, it's not that hot. But then he looked, but he was like, meh, I'm just going to roll my windows down just to be safe. And then he walked outside. He was like, oh, fuck this. Like, it was so hot outside. It was like, what is going on with the weather? It was not like this yesterday. It was very, like, flat.
Yeah, and the fact that there was no like heads up, like normally, just in normal communication, being around here, I'm like, hey man, you see, it's gonna rain. We're gonna get a couple days of rain. My only 2 days off. Like you'll normally pick that up, and I'll think to look at the weather, or you'll get an update on, hey, Fox 2, Fox 2 weather report, or something will pop up on my timeline that'll say like, hey, heat wave coming to whatever. Make sure you get your sprinkler and make your fruit like Maverick Medford.
But I don't even think they knew because they said it was going to be like 85. It was 92.
Yeah. No, yeah, it did tip 92. So, I mean, look, dude, weather, right? Weather guys. Dude, that is I watch, I'm kind of a weather geek, right? Like, I really dig weather. I'll look at, stuff like that, and I'll look at the weather radar, and I'll look at this and this, and I'm like, oh, that's neat, right? Look around at stuff. And I'm like, cool. So I look around at stuff and I'm like, oh, I can see weather patterns come in and whatever. And they're like, oh, thunderstorms and you're going to get this and that. I'm looking at my radar. Like I immediately go to my phone or I go online. I'm like, there's no way with the low pressure and the high pressure and the way everything's sitting, dude, the closest that's going to get to us is like maybe Northville Novi, right? And it's moving at this direction and whatever. But yet they just blanket out this, southeastern lower Michigan. Be like, you do know that does encompass quite a, kind of random. I'm getting random texts. I guess the power's out at the other store. Oh, no. Yeah. So he's like, is the power out at home? I'm not home.
Is it because of the heat?
It could be like everyone. Dude, look, see, yeah. You know what? You say that, but everyone just turned their air conditioning back on at one time. Like, F this. And the power grid's like, wait a minute. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Right.
But, he's not from here, right? So he's like, well, the power grid or whatever. And I'm like, dude, Garden City and Wayne, different, transformers, different everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, kind of bizarre. But yeah, dude, they're wrong. Like, dude, show me any job where you can be as wrong as the weatherman on a regular basis. You're going to get 1 inch, you get 12.
Right.
Oh, we're going to get 12 inches. It's sunny. Today, it was the topic of conversation. Today's like everything is the weather.
Right. Well, it's supposed to be what, 88 tomorrow, I heard.
No, it's 90 something. Well, again, from what we can go off of, whatever. Pull up your weather app. Dude, it'll show 90 tomorrow.
Come through. That's why it cooled off a little bit.
No, but the weather is strange with Canton no matter what. Because sometimes it's like, with every other area, it would be like in the winter, it would be a huge snowstorm, but then it would skip over Canton for some weird reason.
It is going to be 90 tomorrow.
Jake, that's
90.
a 60. That's a 76.
I got 88.
Woman, that's right now.
I got 88.
Nope, 90, 90, 89, 88. I'm going to trust iPhone. They got facial recognition, bro.
They really do.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Mine says 90. You got to trust the iPhones, man.
Yeah, I'm going to go 90. You want to bet? You want to bet a soda, your Powerade against my Diet Dew?
Typically when the weather say 85, they usually it goes up to 91. So I'd say if you give
typically that is something
give me a
common.
3-point buffer, I'll bet.
Huh?
If you give
We're going to do an over under
yes.
on the. So okay. What are you asking for a 2-point?
I'll go straight 88.
You're going to go straight 88.
So 3-point up or down. Well, no, I don't.
No,
mind
2-point. We're not going 3-point. What do you? We're going to throw a field goal in there? No, it's safety.
2.5.
2.5. They don't play in 0.5s. Which is basically giving you a 3. No, it's basically giving you a 3 because they don't. It was 91 and a half degrees today. Come on, Redford.
Actually, well, they could if you really looked at the.
Dude, that's what we need to start. Dude, here's where we make our next, like $17. We make an app, right? We mortgage our houses and we make an app to bet on the weather, right? Whatever they say it is, and we do, over, under, whatever,
Average. Yeah, you can probably do that.
Dude,
I say.
Is it going to rain? Is it not? Like when they break it down on the iPhone or whatever, they're, between here and there, you've got a 30 to 40% chance. what do you think, right? I'll go, and then, this is a good trick.
Yeah.
Dude, I really dig weather. Like, I dig it.
I just installed the lightning app.
Yeah?
Yeah. It
Shows anytime a lightning strike or
lightning
whatever.
strikes, yeah. Within
Was
range.
it because of watching the hurricane shenanigans and to see the lightning strikes inside of the thing?
No, we had walkthrough today on the field, and I saw the storm coming, so I had to bring proof to the head coach. Say, listen, do we want to go out in the field? Lightning strikes, because if if you get a lightning strike,
What do you live in Canada? Like, how far away from you were the lightning? It's like clear outside.
What do you mean? It was lightning today.
Where? In
Walled Lake?
Western?
Didn't you see the storm come through?
Dude, I'm down here, bro. You don't see that shit from
Oh
here.
yeah, they had a big storm come through.
Really?
Or it just it was like this, and it just blew up to bigness. Yeah, it developed on the spot.
Yeah.
And so I had to tell.
Dude,
the
think if we had the weather betting app or whatever, nobody would have bet on that, right?
Right. No, yeah, you had lightning and everything. So
you have a good 50-50 bet that whatever they say, that something weird is going to happen in your area different than what they say.
Right.
You know, that'd be a good free
sure.
$3 bet or something. I want to do this because, dude, people will talk about weather and I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, dude, I got to go home and I got to do whatever. And I'm like, dude, you're fine. Look at this as it comes across and does whatever. Do you see how it's dissipating? It would be a whole special thing if it all of a sudden reformed and came through here.
But Jake, usually the weather on the iPhone is actually pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wasn't
it's
today?
like, no? When it said like 92, that was extremely accurate.
Well, no,
It
it'll
was
tell
hot as
you.
balls outside.
It'll also tell you what time it is. The time is incredibly accurate because it's going to give you the time. It's not saying it's going to be 92. It just tells you that it is 92.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's reading.
It does show the time.
Of course it shows the time. It's got a clock on it.
Yeah, you're saying it doesn't. It shows
for the
time.
weather, it tells you what time she's saying.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't saying yesterday that it was going to be 92 today.
Yes, it
No, it didn't because I looked.
It shows the time. It shows the time there. So if it shows that it's like 76 right now, if it's 76 right now, it shows throughout like when it's gonna be 76.
I have to say that if you were to get up early, like at 5:30 in the morning, I did see this coming, but not as hot as it was.
Yeah. Well, no, that's fine. But when I looked at my phone yesterday, it did not say 92 because I look a day or two
Said
ahead.
like 88, 87.
No,
No, it
it
said
was
85.
85. So it was off by 7 degrees.
Right, exactly.
So
No, it changes daily. Like if it shows something at night, what it's gonna be tomorrow morning, it'll change. Like give it like a few hours.
well, yeah. And what you were saying was like, no, the iPhone said it's 92. Well, of course, because it's reading like a temperature gauge. It's 92. It's very easy to be correct when it tells you exactly what the temperature reading is at that moment.
Yeah.
When the because that's like saying, ooh, it's 12:01. The phone's right on. Of course it is, because it's getting the information of telling you exactly what time it is right now. Just like the weather going, oh, it is 92 out. If they were projecting like earlier in the day, they're projecting. When they tell you exactly what it is at its hottest point, that's what it is because they're reading the temperature like a thermometer. This is hurting the brain, isn't it?
Yeah, my brain's melting in like 3 different places. I just didn't know how to say it.
Yeah, so, the last text I got from my boy is like, Michigan Power Grid, whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's, I mean.
Call DTE, put in your address, and they'll tell you if they'll give you the map of what's out and what time.
Yeah, I'm not that concerned. We've got power here. We've got power. I've got air conditioning. I couldn't imagine, I mean, it automatically comes out of our account, so all of our bills are paid, so it's magic. It just comes out, so it's not that.
Right. Well, we told the kids to hydrate for tomorrow's kickoff.
Yeah, you got a game tomorrow, yeah? Okay.
Northern.
Oh, and it's going to be hot.
Yeah. It'll be
What do you guys
86.
serve? What do you guys do? Like, is it just water on the side, or are you guys all highfalutin? Have like Gatorade?
water. No, water.
Water?
Yeah, water.
You know, in Texas, they used to give us these like sodium, potassium, or not.
Sure.
They would give us like salt pills. Like we had a regimen of pills we had to take, which I don't know if they were dosing me with steroids because I came back very big. Like people were like, "Dude, you're big as balls when you got back." Whatever.
Right.
So
no, just straight up water and.
Yeah, because imagine going from playing in this climate to going and playing in Texas, where
Sure.
your first few games of the year are even at 7 o'clock at night. Texas, the hottest part of the day is 6 o'clock there.
I was talking to a guy because we have instant replay on I don't know if you know that. 3 years ago, the MHSAA allowed video enhancing or whatever the statement is, and what it is we have an end zone shot and a sideline shot, and so you capture it with the camera. It records the end zone at the sideline at the same time, and it takes it, puts it together, and it shoots it through nano beam antennas down to iPads, and now the coaches can look.
For high school?
The coaches can look at the last play and say, hey, fucking Jimmy, you're in the A gap and you should be shaded or whatever. Yeah, you can make adjustments at halftime or no, on the spot, not at halftime.
Jimmy wasn't throwing shade?
Yeah.
No shade?
Nope.
He doesn't know that term. He doesn't get it.
But yes, anyways. So yeah. So I won't be here tomorrow. So
Okay.
I get the big football game. So.
Cool. We should, I don't know. I try and find a way. Like, I need to put a GoPro on you or whatever and have you, like, mic'd in and listen to you screaming and stuff on the side of the.
That would be fucking awesome.
You know what? You know what you can do? I
always wanted to go reality TV for our football program. I really did. I really wanted.
Yeah, but you know what happens to Hard Knocks and all the.
Yeah, but this is fucking high school. This is different. This is not NFL. I'm just saying. This is what a high school.
Look, guy, let me finish
Go
and
ahead.
stop dropping F-bombs unless they're needed. Use your F-bombs wisely.
Wow.
Can't believe you teach the youth of this nation with all those F-bombs.
What are you talking about? F-bombs saved our lives.
Of course they did. Boom. No, the Hard Knocks. Every time it's like the Madden curse, right? The Madden curse where whoever gets put on the thing. Hard Knocks. Every team that does a Hard Knocks has a horrible season. You don't want to do that to your program.
How does the
Do the
fucking
math.
Cincinnati Bengals?
With
They've
the
always
F-bomb.
had a bad season, and they just happen to have hard.
No,
knocks.
they've had a couple. They've had a couple good seasons.
When?
When Ocho Cinco.
Okay, that
Uh-huh.
was like 8 years
You
ago.
said they always and never.
8
All
years ago.
Always and never. No, and they had a couple where they were, I mean, granted, not Super Bowl seasons, but the Icky Shuffle, right? They played in the Super Bowl here in the Detroit Silverdome that is now a giant.
25 years ago.
It doesn't. When one says always or never, what would that mean? Speaking in different, just defined terms, 100%, right? Google the goddamn thing. Now you got me cussing. Trying to make it through a whole episode minus
I
cussing.
cannot believe you guys are cursing. That is terrible. You are teaching the nation how to curse more.
No, we ain't teaching nobody nothing. But wise guy, yeah, okay, but look at the other ones, right? Look at all the other ones where you had decent programs. The Kansas City Chiefs did it. They were doing whatever. They came out and bombed or, injury ridden and whatever.
I'm gonna have to Google this because I don't believe
seriously.
that's a true.
A
You
true
got
thing.
your
Sequence
phone
of
right here.
events.
Just whip it out on Google.
What? Whip it out, buddy.
It's right here.
Whip it out Wednesday. Today's Thursday. Just pull it out slow, fella.
Thirsty.
Ah, that's what he said.
That's a good trick. But there is some kind of a semi-curse. All right, you're not going to do it. either.
No, because I'd have to look up the
Heaven
team.
forbid, let me
Time
do
out, time
everything
out.
over here. What?
Time out. I'd have to look at the team before and after, find out what the season.
No.
Hard knocks. I'd have to
Cock
compare.
knocker.
No, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right.
So much extra work.
Look, you could get a granule of Jakey knows things if you just put in the broadscaping. Is there a Hard Knocks curse on NFL football teams? Oh my God! And then you'll see magic. I don't know if you know how the you can't type with those big sausage fingers.
Hard knocks curse for NFL teams. Says Jake is fucking stupid. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, hold on. No, it says there's a myth. There's a myth.
Okay.
Is there a
I believe it.
curse? Let's go to the first one.
The myth of the Hard Knocks curse.
It's a
Jake
thing.
wins.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. I got a lot of time on my hands and look at stuff. I'm gonna go Google water like fresh fruit in Arizona. I'm gonna deal with weather pattern crap. My night is filled. And the little person is working tonight. I got the call from Mike. So
Oh my God.
So the Baltimore Ravens did it. They were 12-4, won the Super Bowl. When Hard Knocks came in, they went 10-6.
And didn't win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, down year.
Go ahead. Bring it.
Dallas Cowboys 5-11. Hard Knocks season 5-11.
Okay.
Okay, there's a random
Okay.
no.
I didn't say it was
Oh,
a
the timeout. Oh, Jackson Jaguars 5-11 previous season. Hard Knocks 9-7. Oh,
Okay.
they got better. What a myth.
Okay.
And then Kansas City Chiefs, you win 9-7, win 4-12.
Okay. Keep going.
So,
There were more.
so Dallas Cowboys 13-3, lost in divisional playoffs 9-7.
Go ahead.
So the Bengals 4-12, previous 9-7.
Okay.
So,
But
looks
it's
like-
kind of
looks like-
hard to
no,
win an extra
9-7
game.
previous for the Jets, and they went 11-5.
Okay, so-
looks like a trend going
But-
up, possibly.
but
instead of
everything
some
works-
Myth.
No, I mean, okay. So out of the ones that you've done it, no. I'm telling you, it's a thing. Do you want to Google the Madden curse and see if it's real? It is.
Jake, you're gonna curse somebody. Stop playing, man.
Well, I don't want you to do that to those kids. Now, if you wouldn't have gone all friggin' crazy on me,
I didn't go crazy.
yeah, you're going crazy. You're really crazy. Or I'm still suffering from heat stroke. Deal with me.
You're suffering from
My
heat
legs are
stroke.
sweating right now. Either I peed myself or
Ew.
my legs are sweating. Seriously, the
I
back
swear
of my
to God, you pissed your pants, dude.
no,
Ew,
the
whoa.
back of my. You want to feel? Come here, touch.
Oh my God.
The back of my legs are like
Stinks.
sweaty. Yeah,
How's
it's
that
a thing.
possible?
I'm sitting with my knees. I'm sitting like this under there, so my knee, like the little knee crevice, is like closed. So
Stretch, man. Just stretch.
I have nowhere to put my feet. I dangle. I feel
Stand
like I'm
up
3.
Real quick. Just stand up.
Why? It's not that crucial. I'm cool. My knees are sweating. Why you gotta be all up in my business?
That's so weird. How are we in your business if you're telling us for no reason? when
I'm
no one
literally,
asked?
I'm literally gonna keep my legs bent at this point. Granted, I'm not gonna be
That's
able
what
to
he
walk.
said.
I'm not gonna be able to walk when I do it. So I'm just gonna
That's
take.
still what he said.
I'm gonna take my hands behind here. I'm gonna go.
He likes being on his knees. I swear to God.
I'm not on my knees. I'm keeping my knees folded. I'm
But they're
sitting on a chair.
bent, and I feel like.
And then
it's
what
up
I'm going
against
to
the thing.
do is I'm going to take and I'm going to get as much back knee condensation as possible, and I'm going to go.
That is
Why-
why am I
so
involved?
what
Wait a
he
minute.
I don't
Come
know.
on.
That's
Why
your
am I
person.
there?
You two are both over there. I don't
I'm
know
not
what's
gonna get a
happening.
dirty
You
sandwich
guys
with
high
your
fived a
knees.
few minutes ago. That's what happens when you high five.
Yeah, but it
Wonder
was a
Twin
proof
powers
that-
activate.
That MFR won that round.
You're right. No high fiving. Fist bump.
I hate both of you. I'm still.
Come on,
I'm
bring it
still.
in, bring it in.
I got sweaty knee. I got sweaty knee.
You can go like this, like it flicked the sweat.
Or just with the sweaty knee and go ring, like that. That's a good trick, dude. That still makes me happy when people do that when they're sitting looking at you, and then the lip goes way up there. Is a good trick. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna try with all my might to stay home and be an adult, but the little person, I got the call.
That's gonna really
Yeah. You want to go,
no
dude? Show up to the game and do your hard.
cheese.
I don't know. No, I just thought I was
Bologna?
like, oh, it could. Yeah. Smegma's a horrible word. You know.
Oh fuck, man!
Come on, man.
If you got some
Smegma.
shit going that's growing and it's like cheesy, that's fucked up.
No, smegma. You know smegma. In your neck roll, if it happens to get there, if you don't shower for a couple days, it's smegma.
Oh
Or
my
if you-
God.
Ball cheese is the worst.
Yeah, I have freshly shaven balls.
Oh, mine are.
Really? I thought your hair grew.
I mean, it does a little bit, but I mean,
No,
I cut it.
But you just shave them off the moment you see hair.
Not really. It depends. If I'm super active, then yeah, you're manscaping or whatever, and you have to do. What I do now is I've got a secondary clipper set that, I just go over so I keep it like super low and whatever, and I'm like a hairless cat, so
Shave.
That's
shave
why I
everything.
thought you hit puberty
I-
at literally 10th grade.
I bick it.
Do you
Oh yeah.
the bells?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to.
It's really easy.
Dude, at this point, I'm, when I'm like hooking up or random or whatever, we're both so intoxicated that, as long as it's down and whatever, they barely remember it the next day. Neither do I. So, it's good.
But what if you meet a girl that says that she likes it with the hair?
Yeah, and you're out of
No,
luck.
then
That
I
is
would, I
so
would pick a different girl.
funny.
I'd pick a different
Yeah.
girl.
Like I can't.
And I can't, and she had no way. She better
Oh,
not
if
be
she
a
got her,
1970s
like-
If she has a 1970s fro, then she can get the fuck out the door. Seriously, no,
I agree.
no,
I mean, I've powered through. This has been a reoccurring winter bush. I haven't had a good winter bush in a while, but
no.
Winter
I
bush is
can't.
a thing.
I can't. Nope. Nope. Move on.
yeah.
What about your girlfriend? What if she decides to grow one? You love her for her personality, not for what she looks
I
like.
would tranquilize her and shave her vagina.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That's where I'm at in my life.
Yeah, she keeps waking up. Just blame it on aliens. or the Hard Knocks curse. One or the other. They're about as reputable as one another.
Before the Hard Knocks, she had a full bush. But
That's
then
right.
After, she was clean as a whistle.
Yeah, like every time.
You went down on it afterwards.
Irish Spring.
Yeah, it was a good Irish Spring. Well, every time she does something you don't like, that's the night she gets shaven. And just be like, dude, I don't know, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah. So we got
Next
Ghost.
time you might make a hamburger helper.
Yeah. Dude, I haven't had hamburger helper in forever. You know what my favorite was tuna helper.
That's not bad.
No, dude, it's
Have
great.
you seen the go?
You got to go
walk,
2 cans of tuna though.
Oh yeah, for sure. But walk down the aisle of the hamburger helper. There's probably 12 different styles now. 3 cheese, enchilada, taco.
Yeah. No, they're doing too much. They lost me.
But they're good though. But they're good.
Dude, I could
Because
live.
you're a lazy shopper and you don't want to.
Well, there's nothing really in that aisle or like rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat.
Hamburger
That
helper.
sounds so good, though.
That's not a lazy meal. You have to work at making the hamburger helper.
Hamburger, but tuna, not.
Yes.
They just crack the tuna and dump
Right.
it in. It's good.
Right.
Milk and butter, bro. That's it. Dude, that is my super. My grandma used to make it when I was a kid from scratch. Like she would take the noodles and the cream of mushroom, whatever, and the like real peas and stuff. And when I was never a fan of the peas, I could do without the peas.
That's good stuff though. Have you ever heard of a dinner called shit on a shingle?
Shit on a shingle.
My mom made the best shit on a shingle.
Yeah, my grandma, she had and what was it? Do you know what it is?
It was chip beef, the white sauce or whatever. I think it was. I want to say like a cream of something, and it was toast, cut up squares of toast. So you put the toast and you put the chip beef with this, it would be Alfredo sauce. Basically, that's what how you can relate to it. And you would
She ain't relating to nothing. She was like,
you would mix it and just
What'd you
pour it right
say?
over the top.
"Who's Alfredo?
I know what Alfredo is. Stop being
Is he a-
mean.
is he a
You're
French
so
guy?
grouchy today.
Is he a French guy?
Wait,
I'm-
but why
I'm
did they call
messing
it
with
shit
you.
on a shingle?
Because it looks like
Because the squares represented shingles on a roof.
What represented the shit?
The mixture of the chip beef and the sauce.
Did that make you guys actually go shit?
No, it actually made your stomach very happy.
Where you would go shit?
No, just a happy stomach.
$5 says you shit 5 hours later.
No, not at all. I don't shit.
yeah.
I go to the bathroom.
Haha, good. Have fun with
Wait,
that
I
over
thought
there.
you went outside.
This is where I'm like, yeah, you guys talk amongst yourself. Hey everybody, so
Jake, you're so mean.
hey
We're
dude,
trying to have
I
a
got the button.
conversation.
I got the button broad. So, dude, I didn't even notice that. Like, yes, I can literally like, yep.
You wish it
It's
was
gonna
that
be like,
yesterday.
oh my god, technical difficulties. Like, and there you go. Bye bye. Hello, hello, Moto. Yeah. So yeah, the hamburger helper, shit on a shingle. I haven't thought about. What about other old school things that don't get made?
City chicken.
Yeah, no, city chicken. If I go to a place and it has good city chicken, watch out.
Right.
You know about city chicken?
How long has ramen been around?
Probably since like before Christ. I mean, I would assume those little
For
Asian.
Christ.
Well, not like in the package and like the little thing, but
It's just noodles.
dude, they're Asian, whatever. I'm like, dude, another thing to Google. Why don't you start Googling crap right now?
What
When you
am I
ask,
Googling?
this is the new, Aaliyah millennial like sidebar.
She can be
When
the-
you
she
ask
can
the
be our-
random
she can
question,
be our
if you
news-
ask something really random and bizarre, you need to turn on like Ask Siri and be like, Siri, how long has ramen noodles been around?
She can just
Or
be
when
our
you-
go-to lookup person.
Does
Our
the
status-
buttocks look?
a
Does the yeah?
statistician.
That's right. Does the buttocks look like a Mrs. Butterworth candy? And then see what Siri
Talk to
says back.
Rick. That's what he said.
Look, I don't care about that. I'm just saying that should be your new thing. You ask Siri. We'll have an
But
Ask
some
Siri.
of the questions are towards you. So what do I do? Go on Siri. Hey
Well, don't-
Siri, Jake Dempsey, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, sure. Why not? That's kind of what I said to do.
It'll be like, I don't know what you're talking
Or
about.
Siri will just be like, "Bitch, please." Right?
That's an app. I'm trademarking that app.
Bitch, please.
I'm gonna make a fucking app where it fucking talks shit to you. Like, hey, what's the weather outside? And the app would say, go fucking outside and look.
Stick your head out the window like a dog. What's
Done.
your thing?
No one I'm copywriting it right now. It is, what's the time? It is 10:41.
Oh my god! I can't believe your time
and-
is accurate on your phone. The weatherman must be updating it.
21st. Wow. It's crazy, isn't it? It shows time.
That's true.
Jake, you're so mean.
It's pretty fucking funny.
Some people would say mean. Other people would say funny. I'm going to go with funny.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
No, wouldn't it be a great app?
It would.
Wait, but Siri already does that herself. Like, if you ask her to be your best friend woman, and she'll say yes, and if you ask
I'm
her
talking-
again,
I'm
she'll say
talking
no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about, like, Siri, where's this place at? I don't know. Go drive there and, to something.
You want to know another great app idea that I think I can't say I thought
Betting on the weather.
Okay, that's a
not-
good one.
That's stupid.
Boom.
That is
Good
so
call.
stupid. Do not do that one.
Dude, people who get off on
I'll
weather
sleep the next day. That's
Or,
so dumb.
or gambling.
or gambling. Dude, I think I'm developing a problem because, dude, I've bet like soda the last couple days, like with me and the Bachelor Pad kid and whatever. Like I've tried to bet a soda. I don't know why, because I'm gonna get a soda anyways. I just want to be right, I guess, maybe. But I came up with a cool, crazy app a while ago, right? Or not an app, right? Because I think this was pre-apping. But I'm not saying that I thought of it before anyone else, because I think somebody else probably had the idea also. But way before it was a reality, right? That when you had GPS, when you had your external GPS, that when you're in your external GPS, that it would speak to you, and it ended up coming to, reality, because you had the English chick, the dude, whatever.
Got the English dude.
No, you know what I wanted was like Cat Williams talking smack to you, like turn left, pimpin', or whatever. Or you had Eddie Murphy or anyone with a really distinctive voice that would either talk to you, in what they do if they cussed a lot, like Bernie Mac or whatever.
Jake, I'm pretty sure that's an app. I'm so serious.
Dick rag. This was not. I'm not saying now. I'm saying this was. I thought of it and talked about it a long time before it became a reality. Again, Tupac with the ears. We got to stop the
Why
headband.
Are you calling me Tupac with
Because
the
you look like
ears?
when Tupac wore the white bandana, and I watched the Tupac movie like a couple weeks ago,
Oh my god.
and it was about when he had the white, the white do-rag. They went through the whole do-rag process.
The Tupac that was on the NWA movie, fucking right on. It looked exactly like him.
Yeah, I watched the movie, and the dude in the movie it wasn't authentic enough for me and Tupac. Not in the NWA movie, the Tupac movie.
Yeah, it didn't look like him. And also the Tupac in the Biggie movie.
I didn't watch the Tupac big movie. Maybe
What?
if I can find time in my busy
Biggie
schedule
movie?
tonight.
Oh my god! But
What busy schedule?
I got the Arizona fresh
Just
fruit.
look it up right now.
I can't. I'm doing this.
Here,
If I
I'll
thought
look
I
it
could
up
leave
for
you
and
two
can
alone with the
read it.
show, I
Wait,
would.
Pass me your phone. I'll look it up for you. And you can
No,
just read
what
it.
is wrong with your
Actually,
phone?
No.
you're the stat looker up person.
Yeah, you're the one. You're
Okay.
customer support.
Like when we're talking about something, and then all of a sudden you should be like, "Here, the stat is."
Okay. Arizona? What am I looking at?
Exactly.
Wait, Arizona vegetable field.
Yuma, Arizona crops.
Arizona
Harvesting.
crops. Hard.
Harvest.
Harvesting.
Yeah. I just want you to know this makes for great radio right now.
Guide to
It's great.
Arizona architecture. Arizona Department of Architecture. Actually, that's good enough for me.
Agriculture.
Yeah, how'd you know? What's
Yep.
it called?
There we go.
It doesn't
And
show anything about rain. Oh wait, water in the dirt.
water in the dirt makes
Water
crops
in
grow.
the dirt. Oh,
Okay,
there
we've
is.
got.
It's literally water.
Yay, neat. All right. So we are at 58 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and, since we did a smush show, we're gonna call it at an hour. Because this was the Seinfeld show about nothing. It was a good random show about nothing. We had no definitive topic. We went weather. We went magic crops. Tupac's headband. I don't know what else.
Where did the ears come from? You said Tupac with the ears. Why the ears?
Huh? No, I said headband.
You said Tupac with the headband, Tupac with the ears. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Okay. All right. It is 59 and 57 seconds. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up because I don't know where else this could go or would go. And I got to go home, according to Travis, and see if I have power at my house, because if a light bulb burns out in Garden City, that means that Wyoming is probably, deleting, a power outage somewhere. The grid is down.
Right.
What happens to the juice if the power is out? Like, doesn't the juice have to be at like room temperature, or
No.
else it'll all like?
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it can be anything it wants.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
You're not the boss of the juice. All right. So we're going to go ahead and call it a wrap. I'm going to try and get some sleep, or Google like 9 million random things and watch the Biggie movie
And
tonight.
shower so your legs could stop.
Oh yeah, I gotta
Adidas
smack you guys
bra.
with leg sweat.
Ew.
I'm gonna give you like a wet willy with my
Alright, I'm
back of my knee.
Ew.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
don't
good.
blame you for running.
Or I may go chase the mythical, super cute little person around the place. But I will need to shower before that also because I'm a goddamn gentleman. Jake Podcast, JakePodcast.com.